So picture this. You've just moved to the US, you've landed a job, but when you try to do something simple, like rent an apartment or get a phone plan, you just hit a wall. Why? Because in the eyes of the financial system, you're invisible. Today, we're giving you the blueprint to change that, to build a solid US credit history right from scratch. Let's jump in.
Here's the game plan. First, we'll tackle the main hurdle, something we call the invisible wall. Then, we'll walk through the absolute essential first steps. After that, we dive into a whole toolkit of strategies, talk about why this is a long game, and finally, look at what this all means for your financial future. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. What is the single biggest challenge for newcomers trying to tap into the US financial system?
Most people think the problem must be a bad credit score, but the real issue is something totally different. And once you get this, everything else starts to make sense.
That's it right there. The problem isn't a low number. It's having no number at all. Your fantastic credit history from back home, unfortunately, it doesn't just transfer over. You are, for all intents and purposes, a ghost in the system.
And this has a name. It's called credit invisibility. Without a US credit report, lenders have no idea if you're reliable or not. So here's the key takeaway. Your first goal isn't to get a good score, it's to get on the board and have a score at all.
Okay, now that we've put a name to the problem, let's start talking about the solution. And it all begins with 2 steps that are completely non-negotiable. They are the bedrock for everything else you're going to do.
First, you have got to get a social security number or an ITN. Think of this as your financial ID number in the US. Second, you need to open a US bank account, a checking or savings account. This creates your first formal relationship with a financial institution and gives you a home base for everything to come.
All right, with that foundation poured and set, it's time for the really good stuff, the actual strategies. Think of these as the power tools you're going to use to build your credit history from the ground up. And I love this image because it is the perfect way to think about this. Every smart, responsible move you make is like laying another block, slowly but surely creating a really strong financial structure. Let's kick things off with 2 of the most powerful tools in the box, because they do 2 amazing things at once. They help you save money while building your credit profile at the exact same time.
So first up is the Credit Builder loan. Now this one's a little counterintuitive. It's a loan where you don't get the money up front. Instead, the lender puts the loan amount into a locked savings account that's in your name. Here's the breakdown. You start making small, fixed monthly payments on that money that's locked away. The lender reports every single on-time payment to the credit bureaus. Those are the companies that track all this stuff. And then, once you've paid off the whole loan, that locked money is released to you. It's a total win-win. You've proved you can be trusted with debt, and hey, you've just saved up a nice little chunk of cash.
The second tool is a secured credit card. This one's a bit more straightforward. You give the bank a refundable cash deposit, let's say $300. That $300 then becomes your credit limit. Now, because the bank is holding your cash as collateral, their risk is basically 0. And that makes this one of the easiest cards to get your hands on when you're starting with nothing.
So, let's put them side by side. The Credit Builder loan is like a forced savings plan that's all about proving you can make payments consistently. The secured card, on the other hand, uses your own money as a safety net and is perfect for practicing good credit card habits like keeping your balance low and always paying on time. Okay, this next one is a personal favorite of mine because it's just so logical. It's about getting credit for being the financially responsible person you already are.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Look at this. Major banks like Wells Fargo are now officially saying they can use alternative data, like your rent and utility payments, to figure out if you're a good borrower. The system is finally catching up.
So what does this mean for you? It means those on-time payments you make for your rent, your electricity, your cell phone, even your Netflix subscription, they can now count towards building your credit. There are services out there, like Experian Boost, designed to do exactly this. and it can give your credit file a nice little bump for things you're already doing.
Now for our third strategy. And honestly, for people coming from certain countries, this is an absolute game changer. What if you could get a major head start by using the credit history you already worked so hard to build back home?
Well, you can. Companies like Nova Credit are basically translators for your financial history. They've partnered with credit bureaus in countries like India, Nigeria, Mexico, the UK, and Canada. They take your credit history from over there, translate it into a US equivalent report, and show it to lenders here. This can be a massive, massive shortcut to getting approved for your first credit card or even a car loan. So you have the tools, you have the strategies, but you have to remember, building credit is a marathon, not a sprint. Let's talk about realistic expectations and one huge pitfall you absolutely have to avoid.
This timeline is so important to understand. It usually takes about 3 to 6 months of activity just for the system to generate your very first score. You'll start to see some real, noticeable progress after about a year of being consistent. And building a truly strong, established history, that takes a couple of years and a whole lot of patience.
And now for a critical warning. Please steer clear of predatory lenders. Things like payday loans with their insane interest rates, we're talking 400% on average, are designed to trap you in a cycle of debt. Instead, look for reputable places like credit unions. They're nonprofits, and many offer something called Payday Alternative Loans, or PALs. They give you that short-term help you might need, but with fair terms and way lower interest.
So, we've walked through the problem, the foundation, and the tools. Building credit from zero isn't some big secret. It's just a clear, step-by-step process. The only thing left to do is take that first step.
You had the blueprint. You know which tools to use, you know the traps to avoid. So the only real question left is, which block are you going to lay down first? Is it going to be that secured card, the credit builder loan, or maybe reporting your rent payments? Your financial future in the US starts right now with that first single block.